Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Channel Up, where we bring you stories shaping conversations in Nigeria, especially those trending ones, just in Nigeria and then across the globe too. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, and today's episode is a deep one. We'll begin with a controversial update on the tragic death of Nollywood actor Junior Pope before moving up to the inspiring Guinness World Record attempt by a Nigerian makeup artist, Tess Glam. Now, what if I told you that Junior Pope's death was not natural? What if I told you it was an induced death? It was kind of artificial. All right. I am speaking with the words of Dr. Kemi Olunloyo, and then I'm going to digest from her own point of view, and then you and I would see why it is like that. Now, it's been over a year since Nollywood actor Junior Pope Odowodo and four others lost their lives in a boat mishap along the Anam River in Anambra State. At the time, news reports widely described it as a tragic incident. Yeah. But now, fresh allegations have surfaced barely 1 year after his death, reigniting conversations around what really happened. According to Dr. Kemi Olunloyo, a retired Nigerian journalist and investigative journalist with over 30 years of investigative experience, Junior Pope's death may not have been a simple accident, according to her. In her latest Kemi Talks Media video on her official page on July 31st, 2025, she insisted that Junior Pope was murdered. She just let that video out a few days ago. She claimed that Nigeria has a pattern of disguising targeted killings, according to her, as accidents. She referenced platforms like Legit NG and drew parallels with other high-profile deaths she believed were cover-ups. Now, without wasting much of her time, let me drop the video where she alleged this and she gave her proofs and her points to back up her claims. More details after the break.
Kemi Talks Media, Dr. Kemi. About a year after the tragic boat mishap that claimed the lives of actor Junior Pope and four others, new details have surfaced about what really went wrong that day. Now, let me just say this to you, okay? Today is the 31st of July, 2025. I was a journalist for 31 years. I retired in February. And since then, I've been doing what they call digital conversations, where people just discuss stories, events, news, health. We just discuss on Facebook. But when I was on TikTok last year doing this Junior Pope story, I told you this guy was murdered, but many of you did not believe me. You always feel that stupid narrative that I'm a mad woman, I'm insane. This whole thing my father started and went all through Davido and all these people calling me mad woman. I feel so sorry for you over there in Nigeria. Everybody is dying. And the way it's happening, Nigeria style, they make it look like an accident. Was it not one fish vendor that they kidnapped the other day? After showing all his wares on social media, his marketing strategies, people close to him were behind this kidnap and his killing and getting the money and still killing him. So he can't tell people who kidnapped him. People, wake up in Nigeria. This was from Legit this morning. They lied about the boat. Junior Pope's demise get fresh twist. This is my story last year, June of 2024, 13 months ago. I posted this on Facebook and all my platforms, and I posted this write-up. Junior Pope was murdered. You think I just threw out things there? Somebody wrote a profile about me on X today, and I read it and I laughed. The profile said she always has an opposite take to every news story because I think outside the box. Okay, thinking outside the box is one thing you guys don't do in Nigeria. Focusing on the bigger picture, you don't do that in Nigeria. If they want to kill you in Nigeria, they'll make it an accident. Look at Tolu, the pilot. You see how they killed her? There were some big people in the cabal in northern Nigeria who did not like the fact that a Yoruba girl was up there in the planes bombing the bandits. She was dropping bombs at one point. So they planned for her at the barracks where she lives for somebody to just run the car through her. Those two brothers driving just reversed into her. How long has Tolulope died now? Almost 5 years they have not done anything. They still haven't got to trial. Sit down in Nigeria thinking that somebody's coming for you. You better know how things work. You can see what I wrote here. Police should consider interviewing Junior Pope's wife, Jennifer Awele. She has information. She actually needs to nail the killers, two men and a woman. The makeup artist and the sound engineer just sacrificed their lives in the process. So sad I'm no longer practicing investigative journalism. 30 years was enough, especially in Nigeria, where many deaths are made to look like an accident and people hate the truth. So this is what you're going to find yourself doing. Okay, you start with the blood part. Investigative journalism, you think it's cheap? I'm really glad I showed you all the money I spent on Mobad. If I were going to investigate what happened to Junior Pope, I wouldn't even touch it. The stations don't touch investigative journalism. How many TV stations or radio stations or any investigative platform and newspaper investigated Mobad? They knew what they were doing. Not only they don't want to spend money, but they don't feel like doing anything, and they have instructions from the ones above. If I were to do this Junior Pope investigation, I solved 17 murders in North America, 13 in Canada alone. I will figure out the killers. But in Nigeria, where you don't like the truth, some of the people that killed this guy are right there in Hollywood. 25 million naira investigation. I'm just telling you, nobody has that money to pay. No one's going to pay. So the man's dead, he's gone. That's life. Okay? Interrogate his wife and his colleagues. I'm just letting you know I've been vindicated. As always, Kemi was right.
So that was Dr. Kemi Olunloyo making very bold claims. Now, whether or not these allegations hold weight is a different matter altogether. What stands out is the timing. Her remarks came just as Nigerians were beginning to move past this tragedy of the death of Junior Pope. So, from an analytical perspective, there are three takeaways I would bring out. I drafted out three big takeaways or focal points in this particular update she brought out. The credibility of the question. Dr. Kemi has built a reputation for controversial takes, often opposite the mainstream narrative. When people are going left, she goes right. Okay, some call it thinking outside the box, while others dismiss it as a kind of conspiracy theory. This leaves her updates in a kind of gray area, always sparking debate, controversy, but rarely leading to official action. Sometimes our updates turn out to be true, and then it receives little or no action from the said authorities. Okay. Second is the vacuum this has created. As she pointed out, Nigerian media houses and authorities often shy away from deep investigative journalism, citing costs, risks, or even pressure from higher powers. If true, this raises real questions about accountability, especially in cases like that of Junior Pope, if what she's saying is confirmed. Do you understand? Now, my last take home or my last focal point is what the public thinks. For many Nigerians, especially fans of Nollywood, Junior Pope's death is still painful, yeah? Claims like this can reopen wounds, but they also spark demand for truth. Whether the authorities will revisit the case or not is another matter entirely. So this will be a wild card thrown by Dr. Kemi. Let us see where all this leads to. I don't know why she decided to open this update right now. At the heart of this, the biggest question remains: was Junior Pope's death a tragic incident or accident, or was there something more bizarre, something more sinister behind it? Well, for now, it remains alleged and unproven. Dr. Kemi will be seen true to her words if this is confirmed by anybody, authorities, or even individuals alike. All right, so that is that on that particular update. We're going to transition to something that will make Nigerians smile, especially those in the fashion world. Fashion galore. Now, let's take a breath and shift gears from controversy to resilience. While Nigerians debate the truth behind Junior Pope's passing away, another Nigerian is pushing boundaries and trying to make the bar in the global spotlight, this time in the world of beauty and glamour. What am I talking about? Her name is Tess Glam. I will tell you her real name, but her business name is Tess Glam, and she's up to break a Guinness record. That's an attempt, though. Now, few days ago, or let's say yesterday, or day before yesterday, on August 14th, 2025, popular makeup artist Teresa Emegwara, widely known as Tess Glam, began an ambition and a journey at POP Landmark or Pop Landmark Lagos. Her goal was to or is to set a new Guinness World Record for the longest continuous makeup application by an individual. What? An event that she tagged Glam 4144. Okay. The target is 144, that's 144 hours, 6 full days. To put that in context, the current record is 103 hours, 25 minutes, 33 seconds, set or held by Ghanaian makeup artist Akosua Mante Rosaline in April 2024. Tess Glam is aiming to stretch that record by more than 40 hours. What a big day by a Nigerian. Backing her is the renowned Nigerian brand House of Tara. Of course, everybody knows House of Tara, yeah? Providing all the makeup products and moral support. Their managing director, Rosemary Layode, described the attempt as a powerful show of passion and resilience. But something very, 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 very funny and something interesting took place during this particular record breakage. Social commentator and activist VDM also appeared at the venue, lending his voice to hype the event and draw public attention. Let us quickly cue into a clip where VDM was talking about this lady in the venue, and then I'll give you more details after the break.
Right, so as you all know, me, I like handwork, and I always try to support people that are doing handwork. So I just learned about this a few minutes ago, coming out of the hotel room. I saw it and I decided to brand. So the girl on the stage is going to be doing makeup for 6 days. She'll be showing her skill and showing her handwork for 6 whole days. So this is the kind of thing we want to preach. This is the kind of thing that we want to support in Nigeria. We want people to get handwork and want people to showcase their handwork. So she's a motivation, and I will urge people to support her and also join to stream while she completes her Guinness World Record.
Welcome back. That was Very Dark Man, aka VDM, and his presence shows how important this particular event is and this record-breaking attempt. For Tess Glam, this is more than makeup. It is about endurance, discipline, and showing the world that Nigeria can produce record breakers in unconventional spaces. Anything where VDM put in hand will work. We don't see them. 3 things stand out about this record attempt. I decided to draft out these 3 because I felt these are the high and low points, or basically the high points of this particular event. The ambition for me, come on, going from 103 hours to 144 is a massive leap. If she achieves that, it's not just breaking the record, it is redefining the record, if you ask me. Then second is the support system. For the House of Tara, as big and as famous as that fashion house is, or makeup house is, as the exclusive product provider, brings credibility and ensures that she won't ever run into logistical issues with supplies. So she's backed, front, back, left, right, and center. Finally is the value, the symbol. At a time when Nigerians are facing economic and social struggles, Tess Glam and her attempt is a story of creativity, hard work, resilience, and hope. So if you ask me, I will say that contrary to the statements of one of our leaders past, that Nigerian youths are very, very lazy, I vehemently stand against that, because this particular lady is proving that statement wrong. So in conclusion, there you have it. 2 stories shaping Nigerian conversations today. On one hand, the dark and controversial allegations surrounding the death of Junior Pope, Nollywood actor. On the other, the inspiring attempt by Tess Glam to ink her name into the Guinness World Records or Guinness Book of Records. That's perfect. Now, as your host, here is my personal view. Okay, as your host, here is my personal opinion. Nigerians need both truth and inspiration, while we must demand accountability in matters like that of Junior Pope's death. If we have to go by what Dr. Kemi said, and if it's proven, we must also celebrate those like Tess Glam who show us the brighter side of possibility and who show us that impossibility is not a game. But here is the real question. In a country where tragedies raise more questions than answers and lots of victories often come against incredible odds, what kind of stories will define Nigeria's future? The unanswered investigations or the global breakthroughs? That is what I'm confused about. So that's for you to think about. If you enjoyed this podcast or this video, don't forget to subscribe to Channel Up, hit the notification bell, and share this episode so more Nigerians can join the conversation and make it go viral. I'm your host, and this has been another edition of Channel Up. Stay tuned, stay curious. Peace out.